guys, welcome to this video. Me and Eddie is heading to Canada. Eddie don't know what we're going for, but we're going to Canada. So we're at the airport, got a new vlog camera. Hope the quality's good. I don't know how good the mic is, but we're gonna try it out. Me and Eddie gonna do a little vlog for you guys. LZ World Tour. First time. Alright guys, so we made it to Canada, me and Eddie. We got a reno. Now we're gonna go find somewhere to stay. Jessica and Hayden and all of them's here. Steve's here also. So we're gonna go catch up with everybody. And then I think tomorrow they got practice. Sean's on the way with the car. It's not quite here yet, but he made it across the border, so that's a good thing. So we'll continue this journey here in a little bit. This is the first thing we eat in Canada. We got Eddie over here with the Twizzler. We went to Walmart because Eddie forgot his jacket. Eddie, why you forgot the jacket?
I didn't know.
Anyways, we got a rental. We out and about. Got a sister that live over here, so we gonna go check her out. And then we gonna head to the hotel. Alright, so it's day 2 and we're at the track, and you know we're at the track because look at the angry guy.
It's like a Wii.
Look at the angry guy.
It's like a Wii remote.
Ooh, he angry. Just accidentally.
Is that Ziggy's?
Accidentally, yeah, bro. It's
no, it's
accidentally
not.
once today.
Is it?
Stop
you can't
banging,
get him
bro.
in white.
Stop banging,
watch out, you got a rental.
Bro, that's a rental, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I didn't show you guys.
Hey, show him the truck that made it here. Nice.
He made it. He made it all the way here.
Yep.
But it's newer than mine. It better make it here.
I hope. We need to delete it.
Eddie already found a skateboard. This is rental, guys. We did some burnouts in it. Psych, we did do the burnouts in it. Alright, so the car made it here in one piece. Sean did a good job. Big shout out to him for towing it all the way up here for me. Otherwise, he wasn't even gonna come. Right. So, car looks good. We already changed the oil. We did the power steering pump. We was gonna fiberglass the bumper, but I'm gonna just leave the car without a bumper because I don't want to rush it anymore than we already rushing already. So everything's good. We're ready for practice today. We gotta get some tires mounted. We got GT radios. I don't know what the tire situation is gonna be, so maybe we can test on those real quick, make sure everything's working, and then we can put on some accelerators. So I'll catch up with you guys. We'll do a couple practice laps, probably in like next hour and stuff, and then we'll keep it going. Alright, so we doing first day practice. Car's working pretty well besides almost killing me in the first corner. I'm trying to figure out why it's washing the front end. We're gonna try a few little things and then go back at it. So this is good because we get to dial it in for tomorrow, because tomorrow we don't want to be trying to fight any problems or figure out how to drive. So practice went good. We figured out the problem with the car. What was happening was the front end would wash when I go on entry on the concrete for some reason. And I don't know, it's something with the E92s, maybe it's my tire. We disconnected the sway bar, and Nate Hamilton actually told us, hey, try disconnect the sway bar, because we tried tire pressure. Didn't really work. Once we did that, things working good. I got like 3 laps solid with entry. And went through all the zones. Obviously today's just a practice day, so we don't want to kill all the tires we got. But yeah, that was really good. So now what we're gonna do is the boys are already over here and they swapping the rack out because we've been having a leak since FD, but we didn't have time, so they're getting on it right now. Y'all see how you work on cars? Oh my God.
Got it. Huh?
Just got really
Full on
small.
rack action going here. We got a spear rack ready to go in, kind of, sort of. But boys gonna swap it out real quick. And then we did end up fiberglass and everything, so it can go back on. Some good stitch work. I don't know where the other one is. It's somewhere here. But we'll have a front end tomorrow. See that? See that fiberglass work right there? Yeah. Alright guys, it's day one, LZ World Tour, the official first day. Car's ready, tents up, sun's out, shining nice and bright here in Canada. We're ready to party. Y'all probably can't hear me that good because this camera doesn't have a really good mic. We'll put a mic here. But, ready for practice, car's feeling good, everything's fixed. We got on some, you know, tires and we're gonna go drifting. Drifting. So we was practicing all good and I turned it on high boost and now we have a blowing intercooler. Jordan at RK Tunes, this is your fault because he definitely jinxed me. He messaged me and he's like, oh yo, the end tanks are gonna blow out, blah, blah, blah. And now he's right. I don't like you, Jordan. Ah! My hand could go in the intercooler.
So this is what the blown intercooler looks like. What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said cheese.
Jesus, right. Look at that thing.
Gonna have to weld that.
What'd you say?
I said we're gonna have to weld that.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're back live and the car is good to go again. We got the intercooler back on. Someone lent us the welder. We welded it up. It sounded kind of weird and now it's back, so I'm gonna go test it again. It feels a little, I don't know. Yeah, but we're gonna go back out and track, give it another run before qualifying.
So next up, we have got Lee Yearwood in the RB30 BMW E92, 800 horsepower. And I love the combination of this car. The RB sounds from an E92. Now, in Europe, every single one of these has a BMW engine or a 2J. Hearing an RB in there, just, I think, I mean, I'm going to say, you have your arguments all day, RB or 2J. You guys in the crowd here can have your arguments. In the comments, have your arguments, RB or 2J. But you got to say, regardless of performance, the RB does sound good.
It's an incredible sounding engine. I mean, and yeah, you know, I'm not even, no announcer's curse. I'm going to try not to announcer's curse anybody today, but the Yearwood doing a great job for that initiation, a bit more of a feint. He's able to hold those front wheels up above it, getting a bit of a straightening and correction as it comes to this transitioning point. Doing a good job keeping the wheels spinning, bit of an e-brake as he pushes the car a little bit wider to fill all that zone, and then back on throttle as he lines things up as he comes back towards the crowd. Good angle across the line. Not a ton of proximity to the wall, but, you know, good angle as he came through that section.
You got to remember, which I really like to see. Everyone's progressing, getting a little bit more, I would say, consistent as we go through the runs. And now we move on to Lee Yearwood. Lee Yearwood, BMW E92 with the RB30. Shouldn't make sense. It's like the most unsounding BMW I've ever heard. Unbelievable build from top to bottom. Love this thing. 800 horsepower. And Lee drives this. He drives it like it's got 200 horsepower. That's how hard he's driving it. Lee firing up along. That's a good wall run. Good line so far. Look at this from Lee Yearwood, just creeping on that dotted white line as he gets to the inner zone, firing back. This is where we're going to expect to see some big angle, and we get it from Lee Yearwood as he fires through again. This is really smooth through the circuit. Can he get that inside zone? Clicks it just about, and very wide to the wall, but comes a little bit early on the arc. Still making the zone count.
This is probably one of the best laps of it.
All right, guys, so we did 2 practice runs. The first one, we got a 79, and the second one, we got 84, which moves us up to 5th. Hopefully we stay there. We're just waiting now to see what the rest of the guys do. They almost threw all the qualifying. We just have to be in the top 13 today, and I think we don't have to battle out. We go straight in tomorrow, so hopefully everything goes good. We're out of tires, but we'll see what we can do. All right, guys, we're back for day 2, LZ World Tour Canada. We ended up 7th in qualifying yesterday, so we didn't have to battle last night. Sean had to battle his way through. He made it. He got first, so he's in today in top 16. We got Nate Hamilton first, so we're going to go out there, get some practice runs real quick, make sure everything's still dialed with the car, and then we'll go into top 16 battling our boy Nate from 411 Racing. So he has that Tire Street 86 with a 2J in it, so it's going to be a good battle. Let's go.
How's everybody doing in Montreal? You guys having a good time? 2 RBs. See some people melting into the ground there. It's very warm here today. And we got another very, very interesting fantasy battle coming up. We got Lee Yearwood in the RB30. 2 RBs in 2 cars that RBs did not come in, but more so in the BMW of Lee Yearwood. That RB30 is incredible build in that car. And then Sean Booth in the Breezy S15. Top spot yesterday in the last chance top 16. Now he's calling out his good friend Lee.
Lee out front in that beautiful BMW. Sean Booth comes in that Breezy S15, doing a great job through our first outside zone. And Sean Booth trying to paint the side of it, hand over a drink through the window, it looks like. Great dive there from Sean Booth. Well, Lee Yearwood doing a great job out front. And Sean now, there it is, puts his hand out the window to throw him a Breezy.
I mean, you can't give Sean Booth nice things.
No.
Because he got a nice car this week. He just crashed into Lee Yearwood twice there for no reason.
Yep.
No reason. And then Lee Yearwood, of course, absolutely delighted because he said, that's great. And he gave him a thumbs up. So come crash into my car, the theme of that battle. And Sean Booth doing exactly that. And that was one of the best chase runs we've seen on this layout. I think Sean Booth is going to be a dangerous competitor in that top 16 because he's done more battles than anybody yesterday, and now he looks more and more confident. Just so smooth. Now here's the contact. Sean goes, am I close enough? Am I close enough? Now I am. Thumbs up. Did I hit you? Yeah, I might hit you again. So that's the first half of the battle. Can Lee Yearwood now get all up in his business? We're about to find out. We don't have to wait because it's going to do right now.
Right now.
Fantasy battle, Lee Yearwood getting a good old run in here on Sean Booth, as Booth will now be in the lead position. Remember, you guys here in attendance are going to decide the winner, so can Lee Yearwood impress you on the second run? Let's see what happens.
Sean Booth, big initiation to our first outside zone. Hand already out the window, just started the run. Showing Lee Yearwood that he can do this entire lap one-handed if he wants to as they transition back out. Now, will Lee return the gift? Will he re-gift him by kissing the side of that Breezy S15? Not quite, but hands out the window, all for the fans.
Gotta say, Sean Booth's car, very fast.
Very quick.
Very quick car around here. He's not using any more wheel speed than he needs to, which means he's got good grip on those Accelera 651s. And remember, everybody, if you're just joining us, everybody's on the same tire. They're all on Accelera 651s, which you can get from Tire Streets. And I'll tell you what, Tire Streets giving everybody the tires. This is the first series in history where Tire Streets have come on board, give everybody the same tire, so we get the best battles possible. Also an amazing tire that lasts a very long time, too.
And if you want your own Accelera 651s, head over to tirestreets.com/LZ World Tour. Take a look, sign up, get your discount direct to your door.
I might enter, because I need some Acceleras in my life, because they're getting some amazing grip and laps out of them here on circuit. We'll go down to Streets. Streets is with Lee Yearwood and Sean Booth. How are they feeling after that fantasy battle?
Let's go, everybody. Battle of the RBs. What you think about that one, huh? All right, all right, all right. Now, this is a good time to remind y'all that while you are here during the fantasy battle, all of these drivers are competing for these beautiful trophies right behind us here that'll light up on the wall. Eye on the prize, gentlemen, okay? Now, who do we think won this one? Let's go with Mr. Lee himself. How do you think Lee did? That one hurt my feelings. And what do we think? And what do you guys think? Was it Sean Booth? You guys pick favorites too easy. Congratulations, Sean. Let's go, guys.
So there you have it. We move on to the next set of fantasy. But I'll tell you what, this is fun because it's warming up a lot of the drivers for those top 16 main event battles later on. Look at this, Sean Booth pumping up the crowd. Montreal, we want to hear you make some noise today. Everybody out there doing a little bit of entertaining, and that's what it's all about. And Sean Booth and Lee are lead. Absolutely. Oh, here we go. There could be a massive crash if this goes wrong. Some dangerous donuts here.
Happens.
Had some of those this morning at Tim Hortons.
Ooh,
yeah.
So good.
So we can move on. Sean Booth giving it a little wave to the fans as he goes back. Lee Yearwood, I'll tell you what, I'm just liking the way these guys are lining up for that top set. I mean, this is for fun. They're going to go another 10, 20% when it comes to the real thing in the main event. It just gives you guys a chance to see everybody's form before we head any further. We got another set of fantasy battles lining up. Next up, we got a man repping the RB. We got the RB30 in Lee Yearwood's E92. Now, this car screams, it does all the good stuff. But your driving has come on such leaps and bounds over the last year. Are you looking forward to this top 16? How you find the track? Do you think you could take it all the way today, Lee?
Yeah, I'm going to take it all the way, that's for sure. I'm going to show him what the RB can do. You know, my dog Nate right here having a little bit of heat problem, but, you know, I'm going to take him on the first run.
So, sorry, I'm going to translate that. He said that basically the 2J having some trouble, right? So the RB not having any trouble.
None at all. Mint.
This is definitely a first for the history books. So you're witnessing it here in Canada. Give us that one more time for Lee Yearwood! Nate, we have coolant issues. The 2J is fine, right? I didn't want to say it in front of Lee, but the 2J is always fine. So basically, you're going to try and do the top 16 with no car. Now, I haven't seen this before, so you've got to be pretty fast on the run-up and then just go into that first corner. Obviously, your car not here. We're joking because you're having some coolant issues. Are the team working on that behind the scenes? Will she be ready?
Yeah, so the boys are back at the pit trying to get the car ready. Of course, we're going to come out and try to battle Lee. He was nice enough to bring me up here, which was cool. That's kind of speaks for the World Tour, right? Like, everyone's helping everybody. Stoked to put on the best show I can and try to scrape this car up, man.
Well, we want to get behind him. He's had a tough weekend so far. You give it up for Nate Hamilton!
All right, guys, so we got all the practice in, and we just got done doing fantasy battle with Sean. He got the W. I didn't grip my car up, then thinking he was going to be so grippy, but he definitely got me. But it was fun. We did a big old burnout at the end for the crowd, having a good time, you know, just, hey, taking it one step at a time. Next up, we got top 16 battle. We got Nate Hamilton in his GR86, and yeah, I don't know. He's having a hard time right now keeping it cool. So I'm hopefully he gets it fixed so we can have a good battle. If not, by the second run, his car gets hot and he may have to, like, you know, give up or not finish his run. Not the way we want to win, but, you know, things happen. So let's see. We're going into this. Hopefully his car's running good. All right, so we're over here with Nate, and his car's not working as it should. He got a little bit of heating problems, so I decided to give him an interview before we drive, so we know what's going on.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so I battled you in Canada last time.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah, you got me, and I wanted payback.
That's right. So now Lee wants payback. I've been battling a coolant issue this whole weekend, so I feel not very confident at all. I'm gonna follow Lee first. I'll know if I have a coolant issue. If I do, I'll probably bow out. But man, you're in pro spec. I want to drive hard against you.
He's an ex-pro driver, so I don't know what he's talking about. He's good too.
But we're both competitive, so like, I'm still gonna send it. I'll roll out there, try to chase you down, see if my car will hold up. If it does hold up, you better put it on my door, dude.
For sure. All right, I'll see you out there.
All right, I'll see you.
Thanks.
Drifting for over a decade, driven so many different chassis, comes in and just crushes in that RTR. So we are now going to be moving on to the find out who is going to be battling Chelsea.
Yeah, and I'm thinking we're seeing a wounded Nate Hamilton. He's saying still having coolant issues in the car. He's going to run it, but he's not sure if it will run for the 2 runs. So Nate just not having a good weekend. It's a silly problem. He said it's the 2J's fine, everything else in the build is fine. Just something small and gremlin-y working its way. So let's see if he can make this car last. He's against Lee Yearwood. Lee is in the lead. Nate Hamilton's had no practice this weekend working with that car, but looks so far like it is running as Nate Hamilton now tries to throw it in against Lee Yearwood. Nate Hamilton making a dive through the infield as he starts to reel in Lee Yearwood, and a late transition from, oh look at this is beautiful from both drivers as they come through that next inner zone, push out towards the wall. Nate Hamilton, Lee Yearwood, oh, and Nate almost gets in the door before they hit the finish line. Well, it looks like the GR86 does make the pass.
I mean, now it's just all hands to cool that car down. He's going to be coasting around, not putting any load on the engine, but great job here from an ex-FD Pro driver and a current Pro Spec driver in Formula Drifted, Lee Yearwood. I mean, I really like to see how Lee is driving this car. I mean, he's hitting the zones, he's being aggressive, and you can tell Nate wants to push harder, he wants to be more aggressive and do more with the car, but is concerned about going too hard with it so that way he doesn't overheat it. I mean, it's tough, and obviously the system that he's got into that car is shutting it down when heat spikes in temperature.
Yeah, so we got to send him back to the start line. Just looking at things are stacking up. We got 2 ex-Canadian champions in Landerville and Lemaire. We got LZ and Denofa in there in the top 8. We got Andrew Shorkey, who's going to join them. Will it be Yearwood? Will it be Nate Hamilton? Will Nate Hamilton's car survive the second run? Lee Yearwood's not putting a foot wrong. His driving has been exceptional this weekend. The driving level from Lee Yearwood a year or 2 ago to now shows that he is on his rise to the top. And this is just another thing. It could be another, big moment if he beats Nate Hamilton. Here we go, Nate Hamilton in the lead. Firing into that first corner, big initiation from Nate Hamilton, pushing wide. Yearwood goes late and goes wide, and now Nate Hamilton gets the run out of the corner. Hamilton trying to make it count, but Lee Yearwood's coming back, flying into this one. Has a late transition from Lee Yearwood, and it's desperate, but it's working. And he gets into the mix, and they come through the inner zone and out to the outside. Phenomenal driving from Nate Hamilton and Lee Yearwood. Oh, and they almost come together as they come across the line. That was a good battle.
That was a really good battle, and I hate to say it, but the thing that Nate Hamilton wants to hear the least right now is one more time, but if there's any pick I've got to be, it's got to be that. Let's take a look, though, see if we can find any mistakes in these runs. I mean, Lee pushes a little bit too wide there. Nate out front doing a good job, but I mean, these battles were almost identical. You're really having to pick them apart and find
you know, these are the moments where I go, oh, it's good we're not the judges now.
So good.
Isn't it nice that we just go, they're both great.
I know.
Everyone's great. We're not eliminating anybody. But the judges, they got to make a call. And this is going to be a tough one because you've got 2 exceptional runs from 2 exceptional drivers. One more time, Montreal. Give it up for Nate Hamilton and Lee Yearwood. I got to say, I don't know. I do not know. I wish I knew, but I don't. I think this was a very close battle. I got to say, for me, Nate Hamilton is, I mean, let's be honest. I don't know. Let's see what the judges say, because I'm confused. I'm kind of thinking I'm in the middle here. Lee Yearwood or Nate Hamilton, who's going through? It's a one more time. One more time, I think that's the fair call. I'm sure Nate Hamilton's team are like, oh my God, really? We just got through the 2 runs, now we got to go again.
We'll give him a minute.
We'll give him a
minute to cool off.
Yeah. We got a lot of fans in the place this weekend, but we're going to need mechanical ones at Nate Hamilton's tent right now because they need to cool that thing down.
Bags of ice, they've just got him on the rad right now.
There, you don't have all your, your ability to check it on a dyno, so he just doesn't want to risk the engine on the car, doesn't want to risk anything because the engine and everything else is good now. He just doesn't want to do any damage by some stupid coolant problem. So he's going to have to bow out, unfortunately, which means Lee Yearwood will get the automatic buy run into our top 8. And Lee, a little bit of luck on his side here, Jacob, I mean,
what takes sometimes.
Sometimes battles and sometimes this drifting thing, you just need a little bit of luck. And Lee doesn't always have it. He has had some bad luck calls, he's had some bad luck moments, and this is a good luck moment. He's into the top 8. Big smoky RB run coming your way.
What do you do with this? You just throw it into the fans?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Not that I can drive like this, but
let's be honest, Lee's out there just making sure this thing screams and it's still staying going. And of course, you'll take every run as another practice run just to get, you wonder why these drivers get so good towards the end of the competition. Yes, you're obviously getting better drivers because they're who is adapted to the track, but it's also you're getting that muscle memory. you're starting to remember every single zone and what's happening, and you get more and more practice, you get more laps than everybody. I want to just see more of the pink socks and the cheetah shorts. That's all I want to see.
I'm saying, I don't want to call it too soon, but he's turning into the Luke Fink of Canada.
There's some style going on there that I could not pull off, but he looks pretty comfortable with it, and I'm all for it.
He's confident at least.
Exactly. We're moving on back to the start line. Speaking of style, we got the RB of Lee Yearwood taking on the EcoBoost Ford Mustang of Chelsea Denofa. Denofa and Yearwood, who would have thought?
Yep.
And here we are in the top 8 for another semi-final place up for grabs. Chelsea Denofa in that lead position, qualifying in the top 3. He's going to lead him in. Yearwood's got to be aggressive. He knows the credentials of Chelsea Denofa, regardless of the machinery. And Denofa goes wide again. Perfect line from Denofa. Yearwood with a little wash in the chase, and now he's got to make it up as he comes through. Yearwood now starts to get aggressive, but has a little back off there, afraid of some contact. Bootlet opening on Chelsea Denofa's car. I wonder is it a distraction to Lee Yearwood? Here we go. As we go into that last corner, across the line they go.
A little bit of active arrow in that run from Chelsea Denofa.
Yep.
I was expecting, just a small chimp to come out the back and start throwing tacks or something.
2023 was all about bonnet pins and hood pins. It's all about bootlet pins in 24.
It's definitely a throwback for Chelsea Denofa. I love the initiation he's been throwing down this entire time. Lines it up to the wall, holds it really, really tight to the wall, but doesn't get super aggressive, doesn't scrub a ton of angle. Lee Yearwood in the chase here does a good job. I mean, I would expect him to be a little bit closer. That RB should be way outpowering that EcoBoost. But Chelsea Denofa knows how to drive this car so well. It's nuts to think about how many competitions he's won in this as well. Like, it's... Yeah. Yeah, just on paper. Yeah, the experience is what's going to make the difference here. Lee Yearwood out front now in that Monstra BMW. And let's see if he is able to outrun the champ, Chelsea Denofa. He starts to put on a bit of a gap, and right here, Chelsea Denofa playing with wheel speed and getting the momentum in as he dives into this last outside zone. And that Fox body starts pushing in deeper in on the BMW. Chelsea Denofa, Lee Yearwood, wow. Oh! Take a step back from the wall there, Michael. It's not safe. Yeah, he's getting everything out of it, especially with a turbo, like you said, that's losing horsepower.
Oh. Guys, am I live? You want me to do this one, or are you taking this?
That's all you, Cerise.
All right, let's go. All right, gentlemen, come on over here. That was so much fun. Chelsea, I have to say it's an honor to announce for you now that you are no longer with FD and you are here at the LZ World Tour. Lee, it is always a pleasure. That was insane. This thing throws down. You almost clapped the wall over there.
Yeah, Lee didn't give me much room on the exit, so I'm like, I'm going to go over here anyway. I'll just put it on the wall.
This car's just not loud enough. I didn't hear him that close.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's it. That's right, for sure.
True.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel about watching these two gentlemen compete, huh? An absolute honor, an absolute pleasure. Gentlemen in the judges' booth, what do we have to say about these drivers?
Well, we got to say who's going through to the top 4, and the winner of the battle is Chelsea Denofa. Chelsea Denofa gets the win and goes through to the top 4. The little Mustang that could is still in the competition. And when I say little Mustang, we've come a long way, right? Because that is a small car, and now a Mustang is about as big as a house. So Chelsea Denofa hops in. He's going to be in the top 4. We've got Tommy Lemaire in the top 4. So we got a US champion and a Canadian champion in the top 4. But will we have 2 Canadian champions in the top 4? The only one that can stand in the way of that is Adam LZ. first half of the run between Landerville and LZ. Landerville making contact with LZ, and now it looks like Landerville has called his 5-minute rule, and the car is A-OK. LZ all good and ready to go. LZ in the chase position. Now, Landerville brought the heat. Jacob, he brought a lot of heat.
Yeah.
He may have even made contact.
All right, so we went into top 16 against Nate. He got his car working just enough for us to get a battle. We did really good. We got it one more time. Go back out. Nate found out his head gasket was blown. Sorry, Nate. So I got to move on to the grade 8, which was against Chelsea Denofa. Even though he's in his Fox body, we know it was kind of fast. So air down, we were sending it. Don't really feel like I lost. I feel like it's at least one more time, but you know, it's drifting. So you gotta take what we get. Had fun at the LZ World Tour. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. We're going back to Florida now. Sean, you gonna bring my car, right? Bring my car back? All right, Sean's gonna bring my car.